So I've been meaning to make this video speaking on, because I know I make a lot of videos about you feel me, racism as far as whites against blacks, and I know I make a lot of videos, you feel me, regarding the system being oppressive towards minorities. But today I'm gonna make a video kind of different. Well, I'm gonna make a video talking about how blacks are starting to be more racist than whites. Not saying that all whites are racist, not saying that all blacks are racist, but blacks are starting to become more of a racist group than the established white races. And the reason why I say this is because blacks have put it in their mind. Blacks now have the mindset, well, some blacks, because I'm black and I don't feel like this, but some blacks now have the mindset that because they are not in a position of power, or because they can't make laws that affect people's lives, then therefore no matter what they say and no matter what they do, they can't technically be racist because they're not in a position of power to affect anyone. But that's not true. Black people as well as white people can be racist. It doesn't take any fucking power to be a racist. You just have to be an asshole. Like, that's all it takes. You don't have to be in power in the government to be a racist. You don't have to be a president to be a racist. You don't have to be able to make decisions to be a racist. You just have to be an asshole who hate people for the color of their skin. Or you have to be an entitled prick, you feel me? And that's what most blacks are starting to act like. They're starting to act like entitled little babies, like entitled little 4-year-olds, where they feel like the entire world owes them something, and they feel like the entire white race is responsible for what happened 300 years ago to some shit that they had nothing to do with. And then they'll constantly bring up slavery and shit like this, but it's like, first of all whites didn't participate in slavery. Second of all, the reason why we're free is because we had some whites that were on our side and some whites that knew it wasn't right. If it wasn't for us having white people as allies, we would still be in the same fucking predicament. But it's like some blacks don't understand that you can't generalize and stereotype an entire race based on the actions of a few. And you would think blacks will understand that, considering the fact that they're the most stereotyped, and they hate for people to stereotype them, but they stereotype other people and other groups, and I just don't think it's right. And I said I was going to speak out about this, but I haven't yet because I kept forgetting to make the video. I've been working on my music a lot lately, but I'm now back to doing my intelligent speaking and my political speaking. And please don't get it fucked up and say you're not really about the shit you be rapping about because you talk political and this and that, because y'all have a really fucked up interpretation on what a so-called gangster is and this and that. But that's another subject for another day. The whole point of this video is, what I'm saying is, blacks, we need to stop this shit. Like, we need to get it together. If you have a problem with a white person, if a white person is being racist towards you or throwing racial slurs, and you have a problem with a white person, don't take it out on the entire white race. Don't stereotype the entire white race. Just get that business clear with that one person. You don't get mad at an entire fucking group of people for something 1 or 2 people did, or something even if 10 of them did it. It's millions of white people, probably billions of white people. You don't get mad at an entire race for the actions of 1 or 2, even if it was 10 people, even if it was 100 people. Just get the business clear with them. Don't take the business to everywhere else, because you're fucking it up. And then now when push really comes to shove, we don't have any whites that are willing to help us, or any other race that's willing to be on our side, because it seems like all we think about is ourselves. When you say stuff like when you say stuff like Black Lives Matter, now I understand what you mean as far as when you say Black Lives Matter, because of how many black people are killed by police and no justice is ever served because of it. So I understand where the movement came from, but it's getting out of hand. And just saying a broad term like Black Lives Matter, you're kind of implying that Black Lives Matter before all other lives, or you're implying that no other life matters except black lives, and that's not right. So, like, as far as just saying Black Lives Matter, I'm not okay with just keeping a slogan like that, you feel me? Like, you could have said stop killing black people or something like that. Like, you could have said I'm against police brutality among blacks, or something along the lines, instead of just saying something as broad and as bold as Black Lives Matter, because now it's making it like, wait, so Asians' lives don't matter, whites' lives don't matter, Mexicans' lives don't matter, it's just black people, you know what I'm saying? And when you say Black Lives Matter, even if you did say Black Lives Matter and other people's lives matter, then you should just say all lives matter, because it makes it seem like you're putting black lives first and you're putting everybody else's lives after that, and then you'll get mad when other races put their people first and put you second, and then you'll say that that's racist. But when you put black people first and put everyone else second, you don't feel like it's racist. See, black people do the exact same shit white people do. Only difference is the white people that's fucking us over are in the system. So be mad at them. Be mad at the government. You need to be mad at your government. You need to be mad at the 1%. You need to be mad at them. Don't be mad at all the other regular white civilians, because some white people grew up in the hood just like you. Some white people live in the same community as you. Some white people had the same lifestyle as you. Just because they're white doesn't fucking make them rich. Doesn't fucking mean that they have privilege. It doesn't mean any of that. Yes, okay, if the privilege comes in, it comes in with law enforcement and stuff like that, with the government not being so harsh on them. But for you to say someone has privilege, it's white people that live in the same neighborhood as you. It's white people that grew up in the same community as you, live the same lifestyle as you, had to overgo the same challenges as you. If you think all white people were born, as soon as a white person is born, they're just given everything, like they're just given every opportunity in the world, it's not like that. That's not the case. As I said in many of my other videos, the system has nothing to do. The system is racist, but it's not so much as racism, it's more of classism. It's either you're rich or fuck you. You're either in the rich top 1%, or it's fuck you. No one gives a fuck about you. The government doesn't give a fuck about you. So yes, the government may be the government is racist for a fact, but the thing is, it's white people that are in the exact same position as black people. It's white people that suffer just as much, if not worse, than black people. So it's not a privilege as in white people can't be poor. White people, you can be poor whether you're black or white, and you can be rich whether you're black or white. So that's not the kind of privilege. You guys need to specify when you say privilege. So I would appreciate it if you just said the government and society, this society values white lives more than it values black lives. That may be true, but that doesn't mean you blame it on every white person, because it is white people that recognize that, and it's white people that recognize that it's wrong for that to be happening like this, and they disagree with it. It's not like they're all for it and they're all saying, yeah, fuck those niggers, we rock. Like, no, it's not like that. Yeah, it is some of them that's like that, but it's some of them that's like, no, that's not cool. And when you just say, no, fuck them all, or when you just start disrespecting an entire race, you're making the ones who were on your side to begin with, you're making enemies out of them, and now you're just making more and more enemies, and you're not going to have any allies, and we'll never be able to say we have equal rights, or to say that we're treated equally along with all the other races, because you're just fucking it up. Like I said, back when we were slaves and when we got out of slavery and shit like that, you think no white people helped us? No, that's the whole reason we got out of slavery, is because we had white people to help us. Like, I just don't understand. Like I said, if you have a problem with a person, no matter what color they is or what race they are, just get it clear with that person. Don't take it out on an entire group of people or an entire fucking ethnicity group or anything like that, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. And like I said, don't think just because you're not in a position of power or just because you can't ruin someone's life that you can't be so-called racist. Anyone can be racist. You don't have to be powerful, you don't have to be rich, and you don't have to be white. You can just be an asshole. And I'm seeing a lot of black racists. Like, I'm seeing way more black people being racist than I'm seeing white people being racist. Just the other day I was in Boston Market, and it was all black people working there, and another black guy walked in the restaurant, didn't buy any food, didn't have no intentions on buying anything, but he just walked in and told one of the other black guys that worked there, maybe if you spend more time supporting the black businesses instead of the white man business, you will have a better soul. And like, that's some racist shit to say. Like, that's racism right there. How can you tell someone that just because they're black they can't support a white business? I'll support whatever fucking business I want, whether it's white, black, green, orange, yellow. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what color a person is. I'm not fucking 4 years old. I don't think I'm better than anybody. You can't tell me what business to support. Whoever I feel like gives me the best, you feel me, whoever I feel like gives me the best service, and whoever I feel like gives me the best to offer, and whoever I feel like I'm getting my money's worth from, then that's who I'm going to support. If they're black, cool. If they're white, cool. I'm not going to say, oh, this business right here has everything I would want and I want to spend my money here, but I'm not going to do it because they're ran by white people. That's some racist shit right there. If you think that's not racist, then you're really sick in the head. And this brainwashing from the Black Lives Matter activists needs to stop telling y'all